Hi, Dawn Honor. I want to welcome you into my home this holiday season. I've decided to do a video on how I decorate my home. So I got a little bit of my dining room kind of done, but then I actually started doing a tree last night. This tree in my foyer, I do all in the golds and the reds, and it's a 10-foot tree. And then I have a lot of beautiful birds that I brought back from Poland. So some of these are very dear and near to me. And then in our foyer, I love amaryllis. So I like to do a lot of fresh and faux amaryllis in our home. And I also have a Santa collection. So you'll get to see lots of my Santas. I'm going to run to work and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to finish my dining room today. So we'll be videotaping later on. So join me. Thanks. Okay, I got back from running to Target. I ended up picking some LED lights up. And I'm not 100% sure that I want to put LED lights on my tree. I'm kind of afraid of the coloring, that they have a different color. So I only picked up 7 boxes. So this is the regular lights that I'm used to. I do green wire, white lights, 100 lights per strand. And then this is the LED lights that I picked up, and they were a Philip brand. And there's 60 lights on the strand. They're almost the same length. It's the same as the old ones, but there's only 60 lights to the strands of 100 lights. But the length of the strand is really close. I think it's like 5 feet shorter. So I'm not 100% sure, because you can kind of see there's a little bit of a difference. They definitely glow a little bit more. I'm hesitant to put them on the tree, but I'm going to. I did buy more of the good old traditional lights, so I'm going to start stringing my lights on my tree. Okay, this is my 10-foot tree that I do in my dining room, and I want to show you a little bit on how I put the lights. What I do is I start my strand from the bottom. I run an extension cord up, and then I do each branch, but when I work my branch, I start at the tip and I work to the back of it, come back down, I'll secure it, go back down to the next branch, secure it, bring it to the tip of the branch, bring it back down. I know that it takes a lot of lights, but that way your tree has a depth to it. I use 100 to 150 lights per foot on each of my trees. Now these are the new LEDs that I'm using, and I have to say right now I'm okay with it. I'm not real sure though what it's going to look like in the evening time. That's the true test on what it's going to look like. But for right now, I think I can live with it, because I'm afraid that we're not going to be able to get the old kind of type of bulbs anyway. So I think I'm going to have to learn how to accept the change. Okay, I got the top on, and what I did for the top, I actually keep it in my basement, the tree separate, and when I put the lights on the top, I put it in another tree stand, and I string my lights on that, so it's much easier than always climbing a ladder. So I'm going to go to the next step. I have some ribbon that I'll be putting on. I have 2 different types of ribbon. I have kind of a gold mesh, and then I have some beautiful big wide red with jewels on it. So I'll show you that. Okay, I got the gold in, and I put my gold kind of deep into the tree. I have a lot of void in my tree, which I actually like, so I like to put bigger things in it. If your tree's more compact, your ornaments are kind of just on the top of the surface of your tree, but I like to put some big stuff. I actually will hang some dishes in this tree. So I use the gold to kind of fill in some void. Okay, I have my ribbon on, but what I wanted to show you was how I actually do it. I use the branches to just simply crimp the ribbon, and you have to take your time in order to open this so you get to the full effect of it. So sometimes it takes me a little bit longer to get my ribbon on there, but I love the way this looks on this tree. I hope the lighting's going to be okay that you guys can see it. So I hang quite a bit on this tree. I know there's a little bit of void still in there, but I'm not really worried about that yet. So let's go to the I always hang or put in my biggest stuff first. That way I can get them anchored in. I know they're going to be secure in there. So I have a couple of these big boxes. I'm actually going to use there's a little bit of a string on there. I'm going to use that to secure it and kind of angle it in there. So I have a couple of those I'm going to anchor in. Okay, I'm about an hour and 10 minutes into getting this tree done, and I just kind of want to give you a little bit of a look what's on it. I'm not quite done yet, but I have some beautiful ornaments I absolutely just love. The red and gold look great in my home, and I collect fleur-de-lis, so but every tree probably has a fleur-de-lis on it. I'm going to throw some dishes on it next. Okay, for my dishes, I'm not sure how I even discovered this, but I use a 3M hook, and it comes right off the dish if you want to use it. I bought these antique dishes several years ago, and I really like them because they have a little bit of that red and that gold in there, which matches my dining room. I had a bunch of these little berry bowls, and I wasn't real sure what I was going to do with these berry bowls. And then I thought, oh, I think I'll hang them on my tree. So I simply put a hook on it, and I got one already hung in there, and I just kind of get it. I find a branch, cup it over, kind of bend it. Sometimes you need to use a lower branch, just kind of support it on there. I also do my cups, and they have a built-in hook, that handle already in it. And if you want to do a platter, I did 2 hooks on my platter, and I just used 2 of my tree fronds to help secure it in. That way I knew it was really good, because sometimes the platters get kind of heavy, and if you want to be able to tuck it in, you definitely would be able to do that. I'm going to keep on going. I'm not quite done yet. So I'm pretty much done with the tree. I think I have a few more things I'm going to put on it yet. I think I'm going to add some red berries to it to give it a little bit more dimension, and possibly some other different type of ribbon or whatever I may layer in yet. But this is my dining room tree, and it's one of my favorite trees. Next, I'm going to do my china cabinet. So I took everything off the top, and I do trees and some amaryllis on that, the big beautiful garland and some crystals. So I'm going to work on that next. So on top of my china cabinet, I do a couple Santas, a tree, and some amaryllis. And I have the same ribbon in the tree, that beautiful wide with the jewels on it. And then I have beautiful crystals. Some of these are really old that I've added to it. And I do antique silver spoons in it. So when I finish the dining room, I will probably post a little bit more about it. I'm going to do my dining room table, but I won't do that in fresh until a little bit later on. And then I'll do the rest of the tree, so I'll be posting that. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can keep seeing what we're doing for the holidays. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate it.